Hey fellow people here, this is JD79 here, and I'm going to talk about the latest, what's been going on about the PS3 hacking, the situation right now. And yeah, a week ago, Sony has plans to ban PS3 hackers, and I've noticed about this, and where I support the ban is for people who cheat online and commit to piracy. But now we have the latest developments, which puts us in a dire situation right now, is that hackers have actually not only found a way to unban themselves, but they can also ban other people's accounts provided they have access to console ID sales. And yes, the thing's going off again. Now, right now I'm not concerned about the good hackers, the one that want to, twiddle around with the community and stuff like that. But for right now, I'm concerned about hackers that could actually go a step further. It can actually create a database, can leak the database out towards their console, and therefore they don't even need to have a console IDs to ban other people's accounts. And that's where I'm concerned about that right now. They're right now going to the PSN and accounts here. Now, the other thing is that we're in a very difficult position right now because of hackers. Now they're becoming more clever and clever right now. That if the hackers do indeed have access to a database where they can actually link an account to what console ID to which account is, they can actually ban a console just by knowing what the account name is, and that's where my concern is right now. Also, we are indeed we're fighting an uphill battle against the bad hackers, because apparently Sony wants to do it. Sony has planned to release a serial code requirement. They have to enter in the serial code for the CD in order for you to play it, which I wouldn't believe it's a good idea because, for one thing, hackers can actually create their own server by pirating the game, hacking the security code, and creating their own server. And yeah, that's what I mean about there. Because and the other thing is that if you do release the CDs that require people to enter in the code in order to activate the game, it's just going to create more hackers. And see, I'm not a pirate, but we've seen what it can be done if Sony ticks off a lot of if Sony ticks off a lot of customers, they're going to hack the system more. And this is what my position is right now. The other lesson I've learned is when it comes to making a console system is for the PS4. If people want to hack the systems, I think it's better off to make the console open source, allow people to tinker around with the console. But yeah, I agree that there could be some security, enhanced security measures that prevents online piracy and bad homebrew software. But well, at the same time, I mean, there are good points to have homebrew software to let them have a chance to create games in a secure manner. Like have their own PSN account and have a blanket license system that could allow consumers to create their own games and post them online with Sony's approval to their PSN accounts. And that may be one bright idea for next console systems. And yeah, another thing is that, like I say, open source. Open source is, I think it's a more way to go. Let them tinker around with it. But I think what what can Sony do right now is that perhaps they can probably add another layer of security for their own firmware updates that could add a firewall to say where that thing is coming from, to prevent hackers that can be firewalled out of Sony's system, and they could probably can control there. And we may going to have to, I think Sony may be best of them right now to bring back to install other OS feature, so that they can let them take around with it again. And yeah, that's probably what my position is for, I think, what Sony does right now. Whose fault is it that, and now we're talking about maybe who's that maybe at fault it is right now. Geohot's case is a very complicated case for me. As Sony has recalled, Sony has completely removed the backwards compatibility feature on 40 gigabyte PS3s and later on. But Geohot may have done that because he wants to, maybe it's because of backwards compatibility, but certainly what he has said in the case is that he's not forward towards piracy in the first place. But I think those to blame for it may be, I don't know if whoever should be prosecuted for this, but this is a very complicated case. This is a very complicated case of Geohot may be guilty or innocent of this, because we've seen the hackers who had the effects on Kinect, on people who hacked Kinect because they were hobbyists who actually unlocked new potentials. Geohot's case is a very complicated one now. Sony may be harsh on him, but first Geohot hacked the iPhone because he feels that it shouldn't be he shouldn't be feeling that you have to contact AT&T in order to hack the iPhone, because he certainly hacked the iPhone so that he can subscribe to Verizon. That's all he did. This hacking case it's a very complicated case now. Geohot does strongly believe in open source hardware, and that's what I believe in right now. You see me, twiddle around the move. I think people should do that, but well, let's see how this case goes forward right now. But as far as we're concerned right now, is thanks to the bad hackers who to this, we're right now in a difficult position, because well, that's where we are today and that's where our position is. But let's see how this case goes right near in the case-per-case basis, and we'll take cover of this. But anyway, this is me, JD out.